Victor Adatiba with ScrumLife.com, back with our book club. This episode is sponsored by Mansa Tech Training Academy, link in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're reading another excerpt from the book, 97 Things Every Scrum Practitioner Should Know, Collective Wisdom from the Experts, edited by Gunther Verheyen. Page 40. Willem Vermaak and Robin Sherman. Mastering the art of no to maximize value. Number 10 of the principles behind the Agile Manifesto is a key phrase for any product owner working with Scrum. Simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, is essential. Over the years, we've seen many cramped product backlogs, endless walls of stickies, and roadmaps containing years' worth of ideas. The many product owners we met understand the problem. They all nod in agreement. Yes, I should have more focus. There is a reason it's a Scrum value. And I should keep the product backlog in a manageable state. So how come most product owners let the product backlog become this huge list of user stories? In the majority of cases, it seems they just can't say no, or their stakeholders don't take no for an answer. For every request, there seems to be some reason to say yes. Add it to the product backlog and increase the amount of work to be done. We want to help product owners start mastering the art of saying no. We start by asking product owners the following questions. Can you explain what type of stakeholders you have? Which ones are very important to you, and which ones should you interact with less? Because in the end, not every stakeholder is equally important, and product owners should not feel obligated to spend the same amount of time with every single one. A way to visualize this is to divide stakeholders into 4 groups. Stakeholders you merely need to monitor. The minimal effort of sharing information in intervals keeps them at a distance. Stakeholders you need to keep informed. Proactively planning something or sending them information keeps them at a distance. Stakeholders you need to keep satisfied, sending them only information that's relevant to them. And stakeholders you need to manage closely. It goes without saying that the bigger this group, the busier you are. So you want to limit the number of people in this group to a minimum, interacting with them frequently. Next, create a communication strategy for each group. Who they are, what their objectives are, the type of messages you'll send them, and channels you'll use to send them. Make sure you understand their context and background so you can provide answers relevant to their perspective. For example, give the IT managers an IT answer. As product owners, start practicing saying no to their identified and grouped stakeholders. They should keep the following considerations in their minds. 1, who is asking the question? What type of stakeholder are they? 2, what is the actual question? Do I truly understand what is being asked and why? 3, intention. Am I going to say yes, no, or maybe? Where the latter effectively is also no, but might not be perceived as such. 4, say no in a way that relates to the question and or stakeholder. 5, listen carefully to whether the stakeholder understood and accepted the no. Is additional information needed? If a discussion starts, decide whether this is the right time to have that discussion. Sprint reviews are often great opportunities for open discussions. Act according to the Agile Manifesto and the Scrum values. Stay focused on your vision and have the courage to say no, but be transparent to your stakeholders about your why. Start maximizing the work not done by saying no. For sure, so many times product owners have exhaustively long lists of product backlog items that maybe were put there by a previous product owner, maybe were requested by a previous stakeholder, maybe were a duplicate of something that's already been implemented. And so just in the prioritization and in the review and refinement process that product owners do, they should regularly be throwing away or deleting old product backlog items, whether those are bugs, whether those are stories, feature requests, enhancements, whatever it is. The product owner should take liberty to truly own that product backlog, as the Scrum Guide says that they do, and take full ownership of those items. If you believe you're never going to get to something or it's no longer relevant, delete it. If the work that you're doing is so much more important and impactful than so many more of the items in the product backlog, delete it. If the stakeholder is no longer with the company and so this request is no longer a valid one or an important one, delete it. Take the liberty to delete items from the product backlog. I also think that the art of being able to say no without offending can sometimes come across as a daunting one, or one that a lot of product owners aren't necessarily prepared for. I think that if product owners document the business value of the items that they're working on and the reason items are prioritized, then sometimes that becomes an easier conversation to have with stakeholders. I think so many times the reason product owners prioritize things in a product backlog is because this is the stakeholder that yells the loudest, or this is the stakeholder who most recently yelled at me the loudest, right? And I'm using yelling in a facetious manner, but sometimes the yelling can be literal too. I feel your pain, product owners. But I think we have to use some sort of empirical process to prioritize the items that we have in the product backlog, so that when we are transparent with this process or this rubric that we've created, and I've worked with product owners to create them. I've worked in organizations that have rubrics from how much time is this going to save a particular group of people, and how many people are in this group, and how often do they perform this task that we're about to automate with this new feature, or how much money is it going to save us? How much money are we going to make as a result of it? How many customers is this going to impact, right? So you've got all of these different types of rubrics that you can use, and you can put weighted values on them. And so I believe that the product owners that have these rubrics, make them transparent to their stakeholders, request this information to be inputted or provided to them from their stakeholders, and then run it through their rubric to give their stories a weighted value or some sort of empirical score to prioritize them. I believe, from what I've seen, that as stakeholders see this and understand this and can visually see where their personal priorities lie in the product backlog, it can help to either soften the blow of the no, or help them understand why the answer may be not right now, maybe later, because there is other work that is of higher value, equating to higher priority, that lives above their work in the product backlog. So did you enjoy today's episode? I'd love to hear what you think. Always interested in hearing from product owners, development team members, stakeholders, Scrum Masters who have had similar or differing experiences. Leave me a comment. Tell us what you think. Looking forward to seeing you in our next episode. Thanks.